So anyway, this time, this is really, I think this title or this topic or the topic of this episode is controversial, I think. Or so if there's a degree of being controversial, so I don't know the noun term of controversial. Anyway, so is there any word like controversialness? Controversiality is the correct noun for controversial. So controversy I think controversy is a better word. So the meaning of controversy is a dispute, especially a public one between sides holding opposing views. So I'm using an English dictionary of online one. Anyway, hello everybody, I'm Richard Gon of Work to Live podcast version. So this time, why I digressed in the beginning of why I have digressed in the beginning of this episode is that this time, so the title was the main track of this episode is really controversial. So which is why I have digressed for trying or for collecting your attentions. And this time, so maybe I should tell you the title of this episode. The title is Points of Prostitution, How to Make It More Profitable. And the conclusion is, advertisements are the most important. Huge problems come after prostitutes. Huge problems come after prostitutes become popular. I'm sorry for my stumbling when I'm speaking English language. So I'm a non-native speaker of English language, which is why I'm not so good at speaking English, which is true. But actually, so I think I'm really bad at not so bad at, but actually, so compared to the proficiencies or to the levels, or not compared with the proficiencies or the linguistic levels of native speakers of English language, my level or my proficiency of English language is really low or considerably low. So considerably low level or low linguistic level of English language is what I'm talking about. And my English skill is not so high, or my English skill is low compared with that of native speakers. Anyway, so this is over. Digression is over in this case. First of all, this is controversial is that most of you can understand this point, that because the prostitution is illegal, or prostitution is a crime in many countries. So which is why this is controversial. That is because what I'm going to talk about is how to make businesses of prostitution more profitable, which means, so some people may find this episode a factor or a thing encouraging prostitution, or the schemes, or the criminal schemes of prostitution, which means there may be some people who think like that, which is what I'm telling you. And so this time I added, or I wrote a writing on the description column of this episode, and the note is, if your countries, states, and regions prohibit prostitution, which means if prostitution is a crime, please do not choose prostitution to make money. And here, not here. So where's here? If you have got such a question, so the meaning of here is, it's a description column of this episode, as I told you. On which I'm thinking of writing a link of a web page of Wikipedia, which is titled Prostitution by Region. So if you'd like to know the status of legitimacy, wait a moment please, maybe I should take a look at the meaning of it. Legitimacy, is there any word like that? The quality the quality or fact of being legitimate. So legitimate, the meaning of legitimate is legitimize came out. Legitimate is being in compliance with the law and lawful. So I used an online dictionary and so if you'd like to know the meaning of legitimacy and legitimate, so please take a look at. Please use the internet so that you can you can pick up or you can find out the definitions of those words anyway. So this is anyway. So thinking about the situations of legitimacy or legitimate status or legitimate state. So the situations vary. The situations vary, or the situations are fully diversified. I'm sorry for my wrong use of English words. Anyway, this episode, I think this episode is going to have many linguistic mistakes I make because I'm a native speaker of English language. Anyway, but actually, so anyway, roughly saying, as I told you, so if prostitution is illegal in your country, so please, I don't think it's smart to choose prostitution for making extra money or extraneous money. But actually, so if prostitution is legal, for example, if you live in, so let me take time for remembering the name of that province in Australia. So New South Wales has decriminalized prostitution. So which is why, so of course there are some requirements. There are some legal requirements, like so the income coming from businesses of the incomes coming from businesses of prostitution cannot be main crutches or the main streams of the entire incomes. Each household can get, which means if there is a household and that household must have some income, and if that household has many branches or many flows of incomes, for example, so prostitution can become one of the branches of the giving that household incomes. But actually, so that prostitution cannot become the mainstream of those incomes. So I'm sorry. This is a how should I say hearsay. Well, this is a rumor actually. So which is why. So if you'd like to know the present requirements of for example of the law of New South Wales. Actually, so please take a look at the regulation or law of New South Wales. So that you can find out the correct information from the composition of law of New South Wales. Anyway, so telling you the situation of prostitution businesses. So the situation, as I told you, as I have just told you. So situations vary. There are many diverse or the many types of many situations, many kinds of situations all over the world. But actually, so as I told you when I was telling you the conclusion, so advertisements are keys for bringing you to successful positions in prostitution businesses. So here I'm going to start the main track or the main part of this episode. And so as I have told you, so I'm really afraid of getting arrested or getting apprehended by the local police, because prostitution, completely speaking, prostitution is illegal in my country. So apprehend, meaning of apprehension is what I'm afraid of. So, but actually, so I'm going to explain, things stuff about stuff about prostitution, and so advertisements are necessary. So how to advertise your prostitution business is the business of your business of prostitution is what you have to ponder anyway. So one of the recommendable instruments, or one of the recommendable tools is porn videos. So you should porn videos to advertise your prostitution, not advertisements. So you should use porn videos to advertise your businesses of prostitutions, which is what I'm saying. Well, other options are other types of adult content. So adult contents are useful for advertising your businesses of prostitution. So for example, if you are prostitute, or if you'd like to become a prostitute, so you need to advertise efficiently. So but actually, so you have to if you are, for example, if you're beautiful and if you're talented in sexual intercourse, or sexual skills, or sexual so techniques. So anyway, even in such a situation, you need to advertise your services. But actually, so to efficiently advertise your skills or your businesses, so so porn videos or other types of adult contents like porn pictures or adult pictures are recommendable for advertising. So roughly. So gist is that it's fine to upload porn videos onto Pornhub, and of course I don't have to tell you this, but actually those porn videos have to be the videos capturing your sexual intercourse, which is what I'm saying. So this is advertisement of prostitution. It's that simple actually. So why such a manner is so recommendable is that there are many. So my country has many porn actresses or porn stars or porn actors, and some porn actresses are well off, and they appeared to the screens of porn videos at first, but actually so they sometimes proceed. They have business. They have a branch of businesses of prostitution, which means some of those porn stars, or some of those porn actresses, or some of those female porn stars in my country earn money from their businesses of prostitution. Like they have sexual intercourse in Hong Kong or in other countries. So maybe Hong Kong is I have anyway. I know an instance in which there was a Japanese porn actress, or Japanese female porn star who had served a client a service of prostitution. So it is of course that had been found a crime, but actually she paid I thought how to call that money, bail out. She could successfully bail out her own business, which is my understanding. Anyway, so she paid a bail, or she paid the money for getting forged, or for releasing herself out of the custody caused by or triggered by her own prostitution business. There was such an instance. I'm sorry if that is a mistake, or if that is a wrong information. But actually, anyway, so such a scheme is a profitable one for making money by using prostitution. Anyway, so if you're thinking of becoming a prostitute, so I think you should you should not find out. I think you should consider how to advertise your own business, your own businesses as a prostitution, which is what I'd like you to know, or which is what I'd like to tell you. But actually, so if prostitution is illegal in your country, or if prostitution has not been decriminalized, so I don't recommend you're choosing prostitution to make extra money, which is another stuff or another thing I'd like you to know this time. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you. Anyway, so as I told you, so I instantly thought the name of that type of money necessary for releasing a prisoner or prisoners out of the prisons. So the name of that money is bail. So which means my usage was correct, and there was a porn star who paid a bail for releasing herself, or for her how should I say? Anyway, for making herself free from such custody into prisons. And so anyway, why I'm recording this is that, wait a moment please, I forgot to tell you the title and conclusion of this episode. The title is Points of Prostitution, How to Make It More Profitable, and the conclusion is advertisements are the most important, and huge problems come after prostitutes become popular. And if your country's states and regions prohibit prostitution, which means if prostitution is a crime, please do not choose prostitution to make money. Anyway, so after you're becoming famous as a prostitute or prostitutes, so you may come to have to. Or you may have to live in, for example, luxury houses or luxury apartments. So which is because if you become famous and you are prostitutes, some people may assault you, or some people may assault you sexually. So which is why in that point you should be careful. If you become famous, after you become famous as a prostitute or prostitutions, or in your businesses of prostitutions. And anyway, this is the real end of this episode. So that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.